All right, Shalom Israel. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Kakwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to like out there doing this work of faith and labor of love and true sincerity. All right, and I just wanted to do a brief informational video, for brothers, because a brother last week asked me about herbs and stuff, for the immune system. So, I just wanted to briefly touch on, some particulars of the immune system, and then just hit some herbs, just to show what herbs will actually benefit the immune system. All right, so I'm just look at a few basic things. All right, so it says cells, leukocytes, white blood cells act like independent single-cell organisms and are the second arm of the innate immune system. The innate leukocytes include the phagocytes, macrophages, neutrophils, and dendritic cells, mast cells, eosinophils, basophils, and natural killer cells. All right. And the organs. It says the key primary lymphoid organs of the immune system are the thymus gland, the bone marrow, and secondary lymphatic tissues such as the spleen, tonsils, lymph vessels, lymph nodes, adenoids, skin, and liver. All right, so these are just some of the various points of the immune system that you need to be focused on this one thing. Yeah, now, and as I said, like one of the main things was like the bone marrow and stuff like that. As far as the bone marrow, matter of fact, let me go to the herb. I forgot this one herb I forgot to put on this list. As far as that, Slovakia. Come on, stupid thing. All right, yeah. Now, as I said, these are the secondary systems of the lymphatic system, which is what the lymph nodes, because dealing with the lymph nodes, this is where all the waste comes throughout the body. I did a lesson on this before, but the lymph nodes are checkpoints. I wish I could get a better image. These lymph nodes are checkpoints. Now you see all of the vessels, the tiny vein-like looking things, all of the different vessels in the green. And then you see the big green balls. Those are the spots where those are lymph nodes, okay? And those are various checkpoints throughout the body. And as you can see, we got lymph nodes all in our face, all in our neck, all throughout our body. So when foreign waste enters our bodies through food, through air, through chemicals and stuff like that, touching our skin, it all has to go through the lymphatic system and go to these various checkpoints of the body to be filtered through, by these different macrophages, these killer cells, so on and so forth. All right. So in dealing with the immune system is coupled also with the kidneys. All right, because through the lymphatic vessels, the waste has to enter through the kidneys. It has to be filtered out some way, and the main way that waste is filtered out with the lymphatic system is through the kidneys. All right, that's why urinating, is very important. And like I always say, like how they claim that your urine is supposed to be white all the time. That's not true. Like when you wake up in the morning, when you go to the bathroom, the first thing, it's very dark. And if you actually took a glass jar, like say for instance, you get up one early morning, you don't eat for about 12 hours. Stop eating around 7 p.m. And, by the time you wake up, maybe 7, 8 p.m. or 8 a.m., whatever time you get up to go to work or do whatever you got to do, and you go to the bathroom, urinate in a glass jar, and it should be dark, and let it sit in that glass jar for a few hours. Go back to it. Try not to shake it up as much. Hold it as still as possible. Look at it in the light, and you see a bunch of, you should see some white substance or some white film looking stuff at the bottom of that jar. That lets you know that your lymphatic system is actually draining. Okay, so now the ways basically to because this is only a brief video. Like I said, I did videos on this before. I might get even more in depth into it another lesson, but this is just real brief. All right. So with the lymph system, and one of the main things that it said was that matter of fact, let me go back to it. What was I at with that? Yeah, talking about the primary organs, the thymus gland and the bone marrow. So those are two very important things. As far as the thymus gland, it's not a whole lot of herbs that really deal with the thymus, but through detoxing and stuff like that, the thymus gland can strengthen. All right. And as far as dealing with the bone marrow, there are various herbs for that, but one main thing to boost the immune system, and which I encourage brothers not to abuse, is deer antler. As you see that I have it on my list here. Deer antler, uh, you can find it on a web or whatever the case may be, but it drastically improves the immune system. A big deal, a big deal. Just like we know with deer antlers itself, they get broken down, they grow back. But deer antler definitely helps, the human body to, recover at a very rapid rate. So that is real powerful, but don't abuse it, because it also has, our body has natural steroidal properties, as well as, the deer antler as well, with growth hormone inside of it. All right. But red clover is one great thing for the immune system, helps to clear out the lymphatic vessels, and is rich in the mineral gold, which helps to sweep out, filth from the lymph nodes. And especially like if you have hard lymph nodes anywhere in the body, that's very bad, and it will take some time if you have hard lymph nodes throughout the body to actually get them down, depending on how long they've been hard. Elderberry, very great for the immune system, as all brothers should know. And elderberry, it's a herb that it's like I lost my train of thought. Damn, I was going to say something. It was one specific point I wanted to hit on, this elderberry, but I'm sure it'll come back to me. But red root, this is great for the spleen. And once again, going back into this article, right, it said in secondary lymphatic tissues, it's that spleen, tonsils, lymph vessels, lymph nodes, adenoids, skin, and liver. So the spleen is considered the body's largest lymphatic organ. Okay, so the spleen is very important. So the red root will help to clear out the spleen, and also help with the blood cell count, so on and so forth. Hydrangea, it helps to shrink, harden mass. So as I said, if you happen to have swollen lymph nodes anywhere within the body, it will help to shrink them, really slowly. But also too, dealing with if you have kidney stones as well, a hydrangea will help to take off the little spiky parts of the kidney stones from off them and make them completely round. And a horsetail, that's great for the immune system. It's great for the bones, silica, all these different vitamins and minerals that are great for the bone structure itself, as well as the bone marrow. And with horsetail, once again, if you have kidney stones, now this actually helps to drastically shrink the stones. It can still take time, but it also helps to drastically shrink the stones. So you see how you don't have to mix all this up into one. I'm just giving random herbs, but I did a mixture of herbs that touch on the lymphatic as well as the kidneys as well. All right. So with graviola, very powerful for the immune system, for the nerves as well. Just a general all around great herb. And graviola is known to be they say 10,000 times stronger than chemotherapy. But this is something else that you don't want to abuse either. Olive leaf, very well known great for the immune system. But your kidneys have to be filtering if you take olive leaf or olive leaf extract at a high rate. You could take it in small doses, but remember, olive leaf, it sucks up a lot of the water from the body, because it's trying to grab all of the bad organisms without of the body and push it out as fast as it can. So it's going to remove water out of the body at a very rapid rate, so it can dehydrate you. But that's why you have to be constantly drinking plenty of water when you're taking olive leaf extract. If you're taking it in small doses, you drink adequate amount of water. But if you're taking olive leaf or olive leaf extract in high doses, then you thoroughly want to be drinking a lot of water, and your kidneys have to be filtering. You have to make sure that, as I said, when you do that urine test, that you have to make sure that your kidneys are filtering to some sort of degree, because if not, all of those dead cells that the olive leaf is cleaning up is going to sit within the body, and it's not going to have anywhere to go. I went through it before. It's not a great feeling. My eyes were red. You get the flu-like symptoms. You're going to get the flu-like symptoms anyway from dealing with that, but it didn't go anywhere. It just sat in my body. Dead cells sitting, swimming in my body because, at the time, I didn't know any better, and, my kidneys weren't filtering. So now I know better, so I can get this information to you, Akim, out there. All right. Animal that pairs very greatly with graviola. An animal is very known to kill cancer cells at a very, very rapid rate. Cancer cells and any bad immune cells at a rapid rate, and it helps to regenerate them as well. Cascata sagrada. This is something that's more for the bowels, but as you're accumulating a lot of dead cells within the body, this can help to sweep out some of those dead cells through, when you go to the bathroom. And I spoke on deer antler already, like I said, which greatly enhances the immune system, and also too, iron doses. Yeah, you want to add a lot of herbs that are high in iron, not anything synthetic, because when you dealing with high iron dosages with synthetic vitamins and minerals and all of that shit that come from the damn store, that's when your blood can get contaminated with iron, and you can possibly die, over ingesting too much iron. But when you're dealing with these natural herb sources, say for instance, burdock, burdock, sarsaparilla, yellow dock, you're dealing with herbs like this that are very, very high in iron. You don't have to worry about that. Now, I would take iron supplements at least every 2 to 4 hours, in the midst of taking your immune system herbs. Every 2 to 4 hours, take like 1 or 2 pills. However you do it, whether you just got burdock, whether you just got sarsaparilla, whether you just got yellow dock, or whether you make your own concoction of iron herbs and put them together. Take some iron herbs every 2 to 4 hours in the midst of taking the immune system herbs, because as you're removing a lot of the filth and stuff in the body has to be replenished at the same time. So you want to replenish the body with high dosages of natural iron, that helps to strengthen the body and tighten the body up and whole, and to keep it intact. All right. So yeah, I think that was it for this segment. Yeah, if brothers got any questions, you could just hit me up on the comment board, and I'll answer them more. If you want me to go thoroughly more into this topic, instead of just briefly, then let me know and I'll do so. So Lord willing, I hope this segment was edifying, and I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Kakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, and shalom to Lek out there doing his work of faith and live with love and true sincerity. Shalom.